Hello everyone, thank you guys for joining me. We're starting off at our usual location here. You can see all the carvings on these stones. It's squares cut out and things. The trees really brought up a lot of the artifacts, and it seemed to have crushed up a bit of this structure. There's these large structures of stone. You can see here on this wall, there's some, of course, engravings and things, all kinds of weird X's and markings on all these. And you may have assigned a geological explanation for this. There is none. This isn't natural. It's made by humans. The whole bedrock of this creek has been carved out. So we have these large bird heads, as you guys can see in this gigantic crystal. It's huge. But you can see the recessed beak here, the spot for the eye. See the eye right in the middle of the screen there? See how that's, looking at it with your ancient eyeglasses on, you see how this is a big bird with just a giant weird pointy head. You may be seeing other things like humans with the nose pointing here, and that's the eye. That's the nature of the art. That's why it doesn't look just like anything. And of course you can see these sharp edges on here and the lines and things that are done on this. We've gone through a few of these large ones before. We'll go ahead and take a look at a few more, but you can see all the lines and things. That's not water erosion, guys. This hasn't been exposed in a few thousand years, at least, this creek. We have a huge construction project up there. You can see the orange fence, which has caused tons of washout, which has dropped this creek down a good 5 feet, exposing all of these rocks. This creek never had rocks in it before, as you guys know. So let's go ahead and take a little walk up here, and we're going to go retrieve a beautiful woman artifact that we got on a live stream. It's the same live stream that we did, that we got a gorilla in. The gorilla is really great because if you guys look at the picture on the community tab, you can zoom in on the eyes and you can see both of them very well. But as I said, on the way, we'll go ahead and look at these little bird effigies. Crystal birds. You can see, of course, the little spot for the eye there. How it's just resembling a bird head, right? I'm going to give you guys enough time to see these. I kind of forget sometimes. You can see the spots. The paint done for the bird head there. It's a beautiful one, and what we have is a little person. So you can see how now the bird head, you get a little person in there. I'll try to get our focus correct there for us. There we go. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So this is an easy one to see, almost like a child's toy. That's how easy this one is to see. So we have a little character here with the hair bunched up. This being the nose, the long nose fella. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have probably a mammoth. See these little circle carvings and the little eyebrows? Just a little character in there, like a woman with long hair. See the round section here that comes down, separating the face and the hair. And see those little ripples up there. That might help you to see the carvings. It might popped out for me there. Give you guys a little bit of time to look at this. I'm sorry. Here we have a little, see the little nose coming out there? So we know there's going to be a portrait in that side. Kind of look for the eye. We can kind of see some darker markings here. And then when you tilt it, the carvings come out a little better. All right, let's keep moving, guys. Sorry about that. Go down the rabbit hole with every single one of these. So it's interesting. Like I said, I used to think that little ant on me there, little ant, I'm being generous, it's a big ant. But I used to think that it was just a few of these artifacts, but it's actually every single one. This little character here is, think of like Easter Island. Oh, let me get our focus here, guys. So, very faintly, maybe able to see a face coming out of there, but that's what that was representing. I can see still the clay pack, see the swirls, the designs that are on this. So that's from the ancient people. There's clay packs that are still on these. This one hasn't been lifted yet, so you're able to see they designed these with clay before they packed them in there. It looks like scales almost. And they painted them. So if we wash this off, you guys can kind of see the characters, see the little rooster on top, perhaps. There's, of course, a shape of a person almost, but it's also a bird. This one is the side that's been exposed. This is the side that hasn't been, so you can still see all the designs on it. When we wash this off, we may be able to see the paint and things, but that's kind of partly destroying it. So what I'm going to do is kind of put it right back where I found it in here, so that, you know, I don't want to completely destroy this site. There's things I have to think about when sharing this with you guys, of course. So we have a lot of images here that are just in the bedrock. You can start to see the profile facing to the left there with the carving for the eye and the long hair. It's very neat. Let's go ahead and take a little walk over here and maybe take a better look at some of the other carvings inside of this just recently exposed piece. You might notice the darker color hair in the line in the stone that's just separating what is hair and face. It's too much of it covered up really to see everything though. Let's go ahead and keep going. So the one that I want to find is a beautiful girl statue. And it's painted with black hair and kind of a yellow face. There's a beautiful gateway there. And I'm not sure exactly where I left it, so we're gonna have to come up the stream just a little bit here. As I was walking and talking and I was getting bad signal. So let's go ahead and get up on the trail for a minute. So we do have some collaborations coming up with some other people. It's going to be fun to have someone else come out and maybe film me. And we'll maybe do another video showing my face at the site here. Because those ones, oh, there it is, yay. Because those ones seem to do really well. So this is a beautiful one right here. We're able to get it in 4K now. Excuse me, guys, pardon me. Just getting over kind of being sick from traveling and stuff. But here we are. So, respectfully, I show you this beautiful statue of a woman, the black hair and the yellow face. You can see the eye there. This one has a lot on it. So make sure our focus is sharp, and I'm going to go ahead and change our angles and so that you can get a good look at her. So it's a pretty neat one. Always the woman's eye. So there's a small line right here. You can see the way the stone is done. And the head or the eye of the woman is going to turn into the beak of a duck. So this hole in the stone is the duck's eye. And I'll try to get it correct. Right now it's not coming out perfectly for me. But there it kind of goes for me there. You can kind of see the way the duck is looking downward. It's a little tough for me to see as well. But look at that hole as being an eye. And then we're going to go ahead and morph some faces around here for you. Maybe and be able to show you some different ones. So looking down on the image here, this is probably the best way to see the woman. And of course, as if she's looking away. But it has quite a few other ones on it too that are pretty defined. You can see these characters or images on both sides of the stone here. Here we have some large portraits on the right side. You can see the cutouts, of course. So we have multiple faces, right? And of course on the yellow here, we're gonna have one too. So go ahead and pick a nose, find an eye. This one right here in the yellow is pretty nice. You guys see the nose right here and the open mouth in yellow. But there are birds, bird heads, humans. Transition from human to bird is what I see a lot in these. There's a lot of small little carvings underneath here that you can see. You may have a surface image here, which is kind of rare. They, for some reason, they always give you this evil face when they're looking at you, or a stupid, silly face. So they're basically saying, don't look at it like this, is what I feel like. I feel like they really didn't make things that were just pointing right at you. They always made it as if the person was looking away. And the ones that are looking at us just seem to be either silly or not very nice. I don't know. That's just a weird theory, right? But really like this one, and I'm glad we came back for it. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.